Record-ology.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Okay, this is take 3 for me. First of all, I'm going to show you 2 records and tell you a little story about it as we listen to them. We're going to listen to both records, and it's really bizarre though. The first time I showed the same record twice, and I was wondering why the second one sounded so much like the first. And then the second time I did this take, or I did the show, nothing recorded to the card. So hopefully the third time's a charm. Anyway, I hope you're having a great weekend, having a great day. We're going to take a look at 2 albums. One is this, Saturday Night Fever. Obviously, this is a classic disco record, ultimate 70s. I mean, it doesn't get any more 70s than John Travolta strutting his stuff. We've got the Bee Gees and others. Amazing music. I've never seen the movie. I've actually heard it surprisingly harsh. I mean, like a lot of foul language and stuff. Surprisingly harsh movie, but I love the music. And I've liked songs here and there. But when I was filming this earlier, I was getting really excited because this music is so good. We've got multiple artists here that are just fantastic. And it's hard for, I don't think many people truly don't like this music. I mean, you may say I don't like disco, whatever. Disco's dead. But yeah, as we listen, I think you'll be like, you know, it's not that bad. Here's some full color images, comic almost. I like this one right here. This is so bizarre. Anyway, yeah, the inside color pictures on this album. I picked this up probably a year or 2 ago, and it's in great condition. Not great, it's in decent condition, but I've never listened to it until now. Well, until today. I listened to it twice earlier. But yeah, so we'll listen to it together. And then we're going to take a look at a parody album based on that album. So first, let us listen to RSO Records, Saturday Night Fever soundtrack on a paper-thin, very 70s record. I mean, this thing is like, it's like a Dynaflex disc. It does have a warp in it too, one of those warps from storing it, you know, improperly. But let's go ahead and give it a listen. We'll skip through the different tracks and talk about the music a little bit, and then we'll listen to the parody album and talk about that as well. So without further ado, here we go. Yeah, it's just been one of those days, unfortunately, but hopefully the third time's a charm. I'm hoping for that anyway. I've been meaning to drop the needle in the middle of the tracks. We're here using the LP3 in complete manual mode. Get a lot of questions about that. Yes, an automatic turntable, you can use it completely manually, except you can't do an auto stop without making a modification to the turntable, because it will automatically return. So it can be fully manual, but you can do manual operation like this. This is good. That is one of my absolute favorites. And that bass line, doonja, 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 doonja. It's like most of the music on this album has that same bass line. It's just great stuff. And a little bit more of this track. This is a monster track. This third song on here, Disco Inferno, is that much of the record. It's so good. But anyway, yeah, so what I was saying is you can manually operate the turntable, but you need to do, it will auto-return. And that's the one thing that it will automatically do no matter what. And by the way, you may notice lately I've been using 2 sets of speakers. Why am I doing that? Because if you remember, the LP7 and the LP3 had been on the same set of speakers through that, you know, common Pelican switch. And I think voltage was getting back into the LP3 from the switch, and I think that's what blew that preamp, which is why the black one that I used to have, which is why we had to replace it. But so I decided to put the LP7 and the LP3 on completely different sound systems. And it makes it even geekier in here, having 2 complete speaker systems side by side like that. Okay, here is side B or side 2. And let's get more of a listen. Oh, I love this. Night on Disco Mountain. Highly recommend going. That's probably the #1 thing. That and Disco Inferno, probably my top 2 favorite on here. They're just so good. I'm really trying to avoid the copyright hounds. I wish, you know, I think it should be more like 30 seconds that they allow you to use without having an issue, because what happens, you don't get in trouble usually. What happens is they just monetize your video, so it doesn't support the channel. When you guys watch those ads, I don't want you watching those ads for somebody else. I want the time you spend watching those ads. By the way, I really appreciate that. I know ads are annoying, but they literally go to support the channel, which directly impacts my ability to bring cool stuff onto the channel. So it directly helps. It directly helps. But anyway, I feel like, iTunes, you could preview a song for free for like 30 seconds, So they should let us do that. But some songs, and there's actually a tool where you can go preview how YouTube will interact with any particular song. But some songs, like 3 and 4 seconds, like like Beatles, forget about it. Like I've gotten flagged on 3 seconds of Beatles music before, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Okay, so that is the actual album. Now we're going to look at the parody album. And it's not really parody per se, it's more of an inspired album. Now let's start from the beginning here. So this next album is by a guy named Arthur Fiedler. Arthur Fiedler is a celebrity in his own right because he has led the Boston Pops for decades and decades. You'll find Arthur Fiedler records going back to like the 50s. I mean, super amazing career. It's like Dick Clark, just never, just decades were going by, and he just keeps doing it. An amazing talent. So this is 1979, and you could see from a visual standpoint how similar things are obviously here. It's not a knockoff, but it's a parody of sorts. So Saturday Night Fiedler has taken the Boston Pops, which if you don't know what Pops music is, like think of like classical music, think of an orchestra, but interpretations on, not only pop music, but more, I'm going to get in trouble with like people that know what they're really talking about, and clearly I don't. But basically, Pop's music is very similar to classical. A lot of them are modern compositions and things like that. But it's super cool, super fun to listen to. Anyway, this is the Boston Pops Orchestra, led by Arthur Fiedler, conductor, and doing sort of this disco tribute, I guess you would call it. And it's interesting that if you read this here, it talks about how the kids are important in the kids' music. And so this is targeted towards those darn kids and their disco music, which is cool. So let's go ahead. Ironically, I don't want to say the knockoff, but the inspired album is of higher physical quality than the original. I should say thickness. I mean, maybe the recording quality isn't necessarily better, but let's go ahead and give this a listen. I did notice earlier it's a little quieter than the other one. I gotta remember to drop the needle in the middle of the song so we can hear, the gist of it without a long lead-in. Kind of hear that disco rhythm in there. There's almost some like slapback echo there. Kind of sounds like a large auditorium. I don't know where this was recorded, but this is a couple years after the original movie. Let's go ahead and listen to side B. I'm going to drop it right in the middle of that track. Anyway, super cool. Do you guys have any parody albums? Things that are, inspired by or actual true parody of, or imitation, I should say. That's supposedly the strongest flattery. Although it doesn't feel that way when somebody's doing it to you. But anyway, kind of a cool record, I thought. A couple of cool records. And if you haven't heard them before, there you go. So something to share. I hope you guys are having a great day, great time wherever you are, whatever time you're watching this, whatever you're doing. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're staying healthy. Hug your loved ones. Be thankful for all that we have right now. I know this is a tough year, and it seems to be getting tougher. So just hang in there, guys. And I would say, I'll be here for you, and we'll keep plugging away, playing with stuff every day, listening to music, checking out cool tech, and just kind of having some camaraderie and some friendship. And I truly appreciate your friendship, and you're making the time to watch these videos every day. I know it's a lot. Finding 5, 10, 20 minutes a day is hard. I get it. So, but let's continue the conversation offline. If you want, shoot me an email, or even better yet, just comment down below. Whether it's this video or the very first video I ever did, I get all those comments equally. I read them all. I try to respond as much as I can. I want to hear what you're up to. I want to hear what you think. I want to hear your opinions. I want you to tell me where I got it wrong, where I got it right, maybe. But anyway, just thank you for watching. If you did like this video, if you do like these videos, then if you could subscribe, that would really help out the channel. And those thumbs up, YouTube listens and watches to how we interact with each other. So any comment, any thumbs up, even thumbs down helps. So I appreciate it, guys. All right, God bless. Take care. We will see you tomorrow.